Hey, it's Big Lou Barbecue, and other things I want to do. And what I'm doing today is I'm doing sort of a product review and a how-to. We're going to do how-to burgers on a Lodge Sportsman's grill. Here's the problem. Burgers are notorious for flaring up. And on the Sportsman's grill, your coal bed is real close to your grill grate. There's only two heights for it: upside down, which is even closer, and right side up, which is further. But unlike a traditional hibachi, you know, the ones from the 70s with the handles and the little rack, you can move them up. You can't do that on a Lodge Sportsman's grill. So you got to be careful when you cook burgers to keep them from flaring up and burning everything, because burgers flare up. I don't care if you're using a gas grill, a traditional charcoal grill, if you're using any grill that basically has fire, an open campfire, whatever, burgers will flare up. Unless you're using an electric George Foreman grill or something, you don't get flare-ups when you cook burgers. So you got to kind of be careful. All right, so I'm using 80-20 meat. I season the burgers inside. I'm not going to show you how to do it. Season your burgers however you like. I'll just tell you, I use some Cajun seasoning in there. I use some liquid smoke. I use some Worcestershire sauce, and I use some green onions, chopped dried green onions. All right, and that's about what I have in the burgers. You season them however you want. All right, so let me show you how easy it is to do, but you got to be careful and patient, all right? Because if you get that whole bowl of coals filled up, you're going to have your fire too hot, it's going to flare up, and it's going to burn your burgers. But we're going to get some beautiful burgers on the Cast Iron Lodge Sportsman's Grill. And before we go do that, let me tell you why. I've gotten some comments recently in the past month about, hey, Big Lou, I love to watch you cook on the Sportsman's Grill. When you going to cook on the Sportsman's Grill again? And I got a comment back over the summer about how to cook burgers on it. So I've been needing to do this review for a while and this how-to video for a while. Look, I love the Lodge Sportsman's Grill. I've had mine about 5 years. After I got it, I put a review on Amazon. No, I am not, as of the taping of this, an Amazon affiliate, but I might be. I might get it on before this video goes up, or when I do become an Amazon affiliate, I'll put a link down under there. But right now, I've got a review on Amazon about it. I put up there 5 years ago, and some pictures of me cooking on this thing when it was new. You're gonna see it today. It don't look new anymore. I've used it a lot over the last 5 years, but it's still one of my favorite grills for just grilling burgers, chops, thin steaks, chicken strips, chicken breast, stuff like that. I love this Lodge Sportsman's Grill. And shrimp go well. I got to do a shrimp video on this. Oh man, note to self, do a shrimp video on the Lodge Sportsman Grill. That'll have to come up. But right now it's burgers on Big Lou Barbecue. Okay, I don't have any charcoal in here. So the distance between the charcoal grate and the grate is just about 4 3/4 inches. It's under 5 inches. That's not a lot, so it will flare up. All right, so we'll reset the camera and I'll show you how to set up the coal. All right, I'm using Royal Oak charcoal, which is actually being sold under the Walmart's Expert Grill brand, if you can see that. But it's made by Royal Oak. You can tell because it's got the Royal Oak ridges. And a lot of people online, it looks like Royal Oak, and say, hey, Royal Oak makes it. And also, Royal Oak tends to be the #1 producer of store brand charcoal in the country. But Kingsford, you do the same thing. What you want to do, ignore my dogs in the background, by the way. What you want to do is you want to set up 1 layer of coals on the bottom. Plus, that just cover the bottom like that, plus about 3 extra. Because as they light, they'll get a little bit smaller. So about 3 extra, and just 1 layer. You'll have just 1 layer of coals on the bottom when you're cooking. So take these 3 off, and there's just pretty much 1 even layer of coals right there. That one too, we got 4 extra. Oh well, we're gonna put these in a chimney, fire them up, dump them out, and we'll have just 1 layer of coals down at the bottom. All right, well, as you can see, it doesn't fill up a whole chimney. Very little coals are actually required for this cook. One reason I like this grill so much. And as you can see, my grill is old. Keep it outside. I've had it about 5 years or so, as I said in the intro. And what I'm using to light it up is another charcoal bag, and this was actually Royal Oak brand. I use Royal Oak or Kingsford. I'm not particular. I stay away from any store brand that I don't recognize as being made by Royal Oak, though. But I'll buy store brand. I'll buy whatever's cheapest. Kingsford's on sale, I'll buy that. Royal Oak's on sale, I get that. Right now, the Walmart brand was on sale for less than $5 a 16-pound bag, and I know it's made by Royal Oak, so that's what we're using. All right, so go inside and make the burgers. It won't take long for this little bit of coals to heat up, and we'll be cooking before too long. Big Lou Barbecue. All right, so as you can see, this chimney is ready to go. So let's get it dumped out. And we're just gonna make one little layer of coals. You see why I added those extra 3 or 4 in there? Because they do get a little smaller. So you want just basically one layer of coals along the bottom, laid out flat. Cover it up. Put the grill lid on. Once again, spray it down real quick. That's the last time we're gonna let those coals flare up, hopefully. Let it heat up and we'll get the burgers on. Okay, so the grill is hot. I've oiled down the grate, and we're gonna put these burgers on there. You don't want it too hot. Just one layer of coals will do it. All right, these are a little less than a 1/4 ounce burgers. I pressed out with a burger press thing that I own, and I've measured the burgers before, and they're 3-point-something ounces. So they're not quite a 1/4 pound burgers. They'd be 4 ounces to be a 1/4 pound. Anyway, we're gonna get these sizzling and griddling, and I'll show you what they look like just before we turn them over. They've been on about 5 minutes, and they're getting about ready to turn. You can kind of see how they're getting gray on the bottom there. When I turn them, they're going to, of course, all that juice that's coming to the top, all that will flip over, and they'll flare up a little more. But I got the vent closed down here, and that's hot if you touch it too much. But you can see the coals are burning without a lot of flare up. All right, there's a little bit in that corner right there that I need to keep my eye on. But they're just going. Just be patient. Do not have these things too hot, or you'll have you'll turn your burger patties into charcoal. All right, we're getting ready to flip here in just a minute. Big Lou barbecue. All right, well, I am intentionally doing this video at twilight so that you can see the flames a little better. But you see how pretty that is? That's not burned, it's not charred, all right? And the newer ones have a little lip right here on the edges to keep stuff from sliding off. But I've got the older one that doesn't have that little lip. And so I kind of you need to take tongs or another spatula or something like that and put it behind the meat so that you don't slide it off the surface. But these burgers are getting nice and seared up. You don't really get great grill marks on a burger with this thing because that cast iron is so hot, but you get a nice good sear. Tastes better than it does if it's been in a frying pan. But all you need is just one little bed of coals. All right, and they've been on, I hadn't timed it, but I'm guessing about 8 to 10 minutes, you know. Just kind of be patient with them, and they will cook, and you'll have beautiful burgers. You want to see about how thick they are? All right, let me go ahead and flip one more. Oops, goodness gracious. You know what? I'm eating it. I touched it. I'm eating it, right? Just to give you an idea about how thick these burgers I'm cooking is, there's a 1/4. All right, there's a 1/4. All right, and that's about how round they are. All right, I'll put it right there even with it. So that's about how big the burgers are. Give you some perspective, okay? All right, and as you can see, once I flip them, they are beginning to flare. So I'm going to need to kind of watch this and move them off onto a separate plate if I have to. Big Lou barbecue.
I didn't have to move them to a plate, but if they do flare bad, get them off the grill and let the coals die down.
Okay, well, these burgers have gotten done. I got a Coleman lantern shining on it as it has gotten dark. And if you want to make sure they're done, you just use the old pocket knife test, all right? Now, don't give me any lip from the food police about, ooh, you used a pocket knife. Well, I keep my pocket knife clean. And this is Country Boy Grilling, all right? Country Boy Backyard Grilling. And so we take a knife, look at it like that, and if it's gray on the inside, I'm trying not to drop this. If it's gray on the inside, it's done. And if it's not, you see I still got a little pink in there, a little bit of pink, so we need to cook these a little more. But I'm going to go ahead and flip them over so that side don't burn. All right? I will clean the pocket knife and do the pocket knife test a little later. All right? Got to pass the pocket knife test first. All right, well, it's been about another 4 or 5 minutes. cooking slow, being patient. We want good burgers, not burned burgers. And we're gonna do the pocket knife test again. All right, and look at there. That's all gray on the inside there. It's my burger, I'd touch it if I want to. Gray there, and I'm assuming the others are done. Now I want to point out something to you. By the way, that split burger will taste just as good between a bun. All right, I want to show you something. They kind of puff up and they draw up so they're not as round as they were earlier. Do not get your spatula and mash on them. If you do, you will get a lot of flare-ups. The point of this video is how to cook burgers on the Lodge without getting bad flare-ups that burn your burgers. All right, let me show you some more of these. I know it's just lantern light, but I wanted to do this at twilight so you could see what it looks like when they flame up. But you see, those burgers are not charred. They are not burned. Oh, it's hot, hot, hot. That's the other side. They look really, really good. I'll get a picture of them on the platter inside for you. All right, but see, they're not flaring up much. But let me show you what happens if you do mash on one. I don't want to ruin this one, but you can see it's beginning to flare there anyway because I moved it. You see what happens when you mash on them? Don't do that. Since these burgers are done, I'm going to go ahead and pull them off. If you mash on them, you're going to have charcoal, all right? Anyway, the Lodge cooks burgers very, very well. You just got to kind of realize what you're doing. And that one that I pocket knife tested will taste good on a bun too. All right? So, maybe you can see a little bit about what they look like. And I'll flip them all over for you. You see, that's not burned bad. Not burned bad on that side either. They look just like that right there. All right. I'm gonna go fix me a burger and maybe I'll take a picture of it. Anyway, thanks for watching Bigelow Barbecue. All right. For simplicity's sake, I'm not gonna dress this burger very fancy. Got these burger rolls you gotta cut. So that's about as fancy as I'm getting. Yeah, cutting them with the pocket knife again. How about that? All right, like I said, country boy grilling. All right, we're gonna get a burger. We'll stick it right on there like that. Now you can dress your burger as fancy or smancy as you want to. You can put cheese on it, you can put lettuce, tomato, you can put whatever onions on it, whatever you want to. All I'm gonna do is do some of this Alabama white barbecue sauce that my wife made up yesterday when I cooked some pulled pork. Cooked 4 pork butts yesterday and didn't even make a video. So I'm just gonna put that Alabama white sauce on. You got all the mayonnaise and everything I need in it. All right, put it like that. And I'm gonna cut it in half just to show you what it looks like on the inside. Right like that. Perfect. Delicious, y'all. Soak up some of that. Give me that sauce. I'll tell you, Big Blue Barbecue, but my mouth's full. Bye, y'all.